Hey guys, this time on Deep Junk, we're going to take a swing at the 64 Nova wagon. The little Chevy 2 is jerry-rigged, a gasser style drag car. It is a plastic base, metal body, and it's got the plastic chrome piece in the center there. The interior, the engine, both bumpers and that are all one piece. You can see it's got the fender well headers. It does have a skinny front tire. We will be getting rid of those, the factory tires, and this is the second one that I've had. My wife had found one a while back and we did it on the channel, and I found this one in the same place that she had gotten the first one. So there's some other things I wanted to do with the car, and that one, the first car, sold very quickly, so yeah, got another clean canvas, so to speak, and we'll get on it. Do some good detail on this thing, change that wheel and tire, and go off inside, give it some more detail in the interior also. Stick around, guys. Alright, no surprises inside. It was a brand new car and we've seen them before, so no big surprises there. One clip on each axle. Very little detail underneath the car. That big chrome section. We've got the single roll bar over behind the driver's seat. It's a little fuel cell in the back there. And a small block with injector stacks and fender well headers. Windows in blue tint. They're brand new. And our body, this stuff's pretty thick on it, so I don't see anything right now, and we'll see when we get it out of the stripper and see what it looks like. Alright guys, out of the stripper, the Nova is looking pretty good. No big worries on it. The average stuff around the windows, some up under the rockers. Yeah, just a good cleaning is what it needs. Basic cleaning. A little light file work. Nothing all that big. Stick around. Alright guys, so that last clip there, the Nova had come out of stripper, and I was going to get ready to paint. I had to take some time off dealing with my back and all this bullshit, which really isn't all back. There was a couple surgeries that were, flopped, and it's a lot of nerve damage and nerve problems that I have. It hurts to stand, it hurts to sit, it hurts to lay down, and it had flared up and I was hurting like a bitch. So for the 4th, April 4th, the Nova was supposed to be done and wasn't. In that time I had painted it and was ready to clear it, and then something beyond my control, it's needed to be painted again, which I really hate. I can deal with if I screw it up myself and you gotta repaint, but this kind of shit that went on is just uncalled for. And so right now as we speak, it's being painted the second time. We're waiting on that to dry. I've got the pin vise out here now. I'm going to start opening up those injector stacks. We'll get the headers opened up, get some more detail inside there, get some detail on that engine, a few things painted up. We'll work on that, and hopefully this week we'll have a finished Nova to look at. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, since the last time we talked, the Nova was going into paint for its second paint job. It's looking pretty good. You can see the color we went for on this one. Last Nova was silver with the purple roof. I took the purple just a bit further this time. Our interior tub's got the fuel cell and the belts and the engine compartments all done. We got grill and turn signal and that stuff on it. It's been a few days since we last checked in. We've had a little weather deal going here. An Is it EF1? EF1, I think, is how they rate the tornado. EF1 tornado. If you looked at the weather radar, it was like a perfect half circle right around my area here where I live. The perfect storm, I guess you'd say, for winds to swirl, and it did cause a tornado north of here, which is where I store my Camaro Z28. That town was hit. The building took damage. I don't know about my car until we can get in there, and the building definitely took quite a bit of damage. So, but no one was injured. People around. Heck, if you walked outside of my house, besides the power being out, you would never know it was a storm. So, really thankful for that. So the Nova is coming together. This is Thursday as we're doing this one. Coming up this week. If I can get her, if things keep going right, we'll see on Saturday. If not, it might be a Sunday to, keep this car. Be 3 months before it's done at this rate. Alright guys, stick around. Alrighty guys, our little 64 Nova wagon gasser is finished, and looked for a minute there like maybe it wasn't going to get done. Between my health dealing with my back, and grumbling around like an old man, and Mother Nature dropping in for a second, had her power out for a bit. It's all done. Normally when I build a car, or even before I pick a car out to build, I look for a little inspiration somewhere to get excited about building one. And we've already had the basic car, the jerry-rigged Nova gasser, and I was looking around at some of the other cars that I had, and I got two of those other 64 Nova wagons. I think they're art cars that have like the tie-dye looking paint job on them, and one had amber glass in it, and the other one had purple. So that was it. And purple it is. If you remember, if you follow the channel at all, I did a Nova wagon. It's been a little while back. It was the same thing, jerry-rigged Nova. It was silver with a purple on the roof. Well, the same color just went throughout. On this car, we've broken up that roof with a bit of green and some roses in there in that roof panel. So let's start up front on the car. We'll start up here at the engine. It is the engine that comes with the car, the little small block in there, injector stacks. Got the block in orange. The base of the manifold is flat aluminum. We've left the injector stacks chrome, and I've opened them up with the pin vise. I got our radiator there, the upper tank, our brake master cylinder. Left the headers chrome, and down below I just used a green scuff pad to knock some of the chrome, some of the shine off of them. Those headers are opened up also underneath. We've got our leaf springs up front, the drop axle, got rear differential back there. That underside was not painted but clear coated, so it would lock in this decal in the front. We've got our headlights done in the purple, some grille detail, turn signals, and then of course in between the leaf springs down there at the drop axle, we've got an Honest Charlie Speed Shop decal. That is, if you remember, Honest Charlie Speed Shop was a mail order company. Started late 40s and went up right up until 1990, I believe, which is now owned, or the name is Coker Tire, both out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. But it goes on today. It's still a mail order for hot rod parts. So that seemed to be the right time, the right era in the 60s. It's the heyday there with the performance parts and such. So we put that in the center, and my way of thinking was, if you follow the channel, Bill Jenkins had a Nova. We had two Novas, 66s, or 66 and a 67. But the first car was wrecked, so there was a white car after. But both cars had a plate up front on the bumper that hung down in some of the pictures. The red car had one that looked like a bow tie. The white car had one with a big square plate. And I don't know, because I never read or heard what it was for. But at any rate, I always thought if the guy was using it for, maybe he was using it to break wind so that it wouldn't get air up under the front of the car. Maybe a guy that was running a gasser would have a plate in there to try to keep wind from collecting up under the front of the nose of his gasser at speed. So if you had a plate, picture a plate in there between the leaf springs, and then you would put a sponsored decal on them or something. If it's empty space on a race car, why not? Otherwise, like this car's the drop axle on that, it's that one piece bottom. You've got that big plastic chunk there to either black out and live with or do something with it. So we just stuck our Honest Charlie decal in there. M2 wheels up front. I did make some spacers for them to get those to set out where they should. Made those just handmade little spacer that fits over the axle, painted them black. M2 wheels, like I said, those were a black plastic wheel. The fronts were done in flat aluminum and then clear coated. The rears are just left in the black plastic, and the yellow Goodyear Eagle lettering on tires make it look like a kind of a race slick back there. Of course, our purple glass. We've got some trim on the windshield, rocker trim, door handles. Around back, our tail lights are done up, and tailgate trim, little tailgate handle up there. Same thing up the other side, rocker trim and handles and that. And on to one thing that I just don't like. Well, I dig the car. I love everything about it, except I was doing this panel up top, and you'll see here, yeah, right there, about 3/4 way back, not quite 3/4, but that line right there. This stripe, or this panel, was about 2 inches longer than it is now. So I'd take 2 inches out of it, and I needed to match up the artwork so it didn't look like half a flower, was chopped up, and then another one over here or something. So when I did that, I didn't quite get it together all seamless, and I do have a seam right there. It's under the clear coat, so it's not going anywhere. But my first time at trying to match artwork up like that, I've never even tried to do wallpaper or anything like that, guys. But otherwise, I dig the car. The interior, it's a little dark to show you inside. We've got the fuel cell in the back, belts up front, harnesses that tack on the dash and shifter and all that. So you've seen that in the clip before. As usual, be for sale on my wife's eBay there, seller 17 Stacy. All the money goes right back into the channel, guys, and the cars and paint and that. We're having a hard time getting some parts now with our current situation. So that about does it on this one. Coming up, April 25th, Three Blind Mice build 72 Ranchero. I will be taking part in that. George and Lee and Paul, Three Blind Mice, they've got it's always a fun time doing those builds, so look for that in a couple weeks from now. A car I wanted to show you guys I talked about a couple weeks ago was a Monte Carlo, 70 Monte Carlo. It's done. I did it off camera. This car, I did a green one before this, 70 Monte Carlo, similar build, stock, just a lot of detail work on it. And this one is in the burnt orange color. I did this one for a friend of mine, and the same deal, rocker trim, all the detail up front in that grill, the Knight's Head, the red Knight's Head up there. Detailed underneath. So that car is finished, and I know I said about doing it. It is finished. So I wanted to show you guys. If you follow me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook, you've probably already seen the car. I want to thank all the new subscribers coming on board here. I've seen the numbers are going up a little bit. Thanks everyone for that. If you dig what's going on and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button. We will see you here next week with something. And like I said, if we get something we're talking about during the week, I'll make a quick video. Again, thanks everyone. I wish everyone well in this this kind of time that we're having here. Just wish everyone the very best. We will see you in the next one.